Today, friends, you will be hearing the story The Aztec, Cortes's Letter. Your Majesty, in order to fully describe the city of Tenochtitlan and the Emperor Moctezuma, it would require more writers than just myself and would take a very long time. I will not be able to fully explain everything, but I will do my best to describe the amazing things we have seen. The Aztec state is in the shape of a circle. It is completely surrounded by tall mountains. There are two lakes that take up almost the entire valley in which the city is located. One of the lakes is fresh water, and the other is salt water. The Great Lake of Tenochtitlan is made up of two islands that set in the middle of the salt lake, Lake Texcoco. There are 4 entrances to the enormous city. In order to cross over the lake into the city, large bridges were constructed. The bridges are so wide that as many as 10 horses walking side by side could cross them. The main streets are very wide and straight. Some of the smaller streets are made of land, and some are made of water, similar to streams or canals. The people of the city use canoes to travel in the streets made of water. There are several main squares, all of which contain markets. One of the squares is very large, and on any given day, there are thousands of people in it buying and selling things. Because there are so many different kinds of products, it would be impossible to name every single thing. But some of the items include food, precious stones, shells, feathers, medicines, wood, coal, sleeping mats, clothing, pottery, and so much more. Along with all the items that are for sale, there are also restaurants and barber shops. A building, like a courthouse, also sits in the market. People in this building are like judges, resolving arguments and ordering punishment for criminals. Also, in the city, there are many beautiful temples. The priests live in a part of each temple and dress in black. These priests wear the exact same clothing for their whole lives, and they never cut or comb their hair. Since the lake surrounding the city is a saltwater lake, there are aqueducts that carry the water from the freshwater lake into the city. The aqueducts carry the water over the bridge. Once over the bridge, the water is distributed throughout the city to be used for drinking and for other purposes. The water from the aqueducts makes up the whole city's water supply. It is quite amazing to see. Order has been established and is well kept in the city. The people of the city are very friendly and courteous to one another and behave much in the same way as Spaniards. I found this most surprising because of how different they and their city look from ours. In regard to Emperor Moctezuma, his empire is quite unbelievable. I have been unable to find out how large of an area he rules. I believe he rules a land at least as large as Spain. However, I have seen with my own eyes his great wealth. He possesses many, many objects made from gold, silver, and other precious metals, all made by wonderful craftsmen within the city, there are quite a few palaces, so wondrous that I could not possibly describe them adequately. One of the smaller palaces is attached to a beautiful garden with a balcony that runs over top of it. 2 high-ranking princes live inside this palace. Also inside the palace are 10 pools of water. Some of the pools are of salt water, and some are of fresh water. In each of the pools live different kinds of birds. The birds that need salt water live in the saltwater pools, and the birds that need fresh water live in the freshwater pools. Each type of bird is given the type of food that it likes best, whether it is worms, maize, seeds, or fish. The royalty here are able to just look out at a window and be amused by the birds in the various pools. The royalty is the people who live inside the palace. That's like the kings, queens, the prince, and the princesses. Okay. Now let me go down. I have tried to write these descriptions as truthfully as I can, so that your majesty may have an accurate picture of this part of the world. Your humble servant, Hernan Cortez. Today, you have now listened to the story. For your assignment today, you are going to respond to the question I'm going to ask. The question is, where is Tenochtitlan located? Where is Tenochtitlan located? Remember we talked about a place it's located. Today you will upload your response to that question for your assignment.